person you are trying to call is currently busy. Busy in a world that needs no buffering.
This week I'm going to be swapping my screen time for reading. If you are familiar with BookTube, you've probably seen this video circulating quite a bit, but I thought it was time that I tried my hand at it. Yesterday, I actually checked my screen time and I was terribly alarmed by how much time I spent on my phone the week before, and that's basically the screen time that I have to make up in reading. This week, I have to read 73 hours to make up my screen time from the week before. And I can't say that I'm looking forward to failing this challenge. I hate to be pessimistic, but that is a lot of time. We're gonna try. We're gonna see if we can be successful. I wanted to show you the books that I plan on reading this week. I actually started this challenge yesterday because it was Sunday, and I have finished my first book already. So that is We'll Always Have Summer by Jenny Han. I absolutely adore this book, and I had so much fun rereading it for the second time and annotating it. So that was my first book. My next couple of books have definitely a very different vibe to them. This one I started this morning, and that is Genuine Fraud by Lockhart. Definitely a lot more thriller and mystery based. There's eerie hotels, very suspect individuals, and a narrator who I can't say is very reliable at this moment in time. So I'm very much looking forward to finishing this book, hopefully today. And then we have I always get this title wrong. Bright Burning Stars by A.K. Small. It is a ballet thriller mystery, I think, and it takes place at a boarding school between two friends who are vying for like the same position, I think in like a dance or something like that, or like an academy. And I love ballet and I love thriller, so together that just makes for a very exciting read. And the last book that I have chosen for like the first half of the week is The King of Elfame, or How the King of Elfame Learned to Hate Stories, and this is a novella in the Folk of Air series, which I read the Folk of Air for the first time last week and am in love with Carden Greenbrier, so obviously I had to read his novella. I'm actually going to rewind this clock back to yesterday so that we can do some of the initial reading, and then we'll start off with what I'm reading today. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and maybe it will encourage somebody to try switching their screen time for reading, because honestly it's a really great way to increase your reading and to get off your phone. But yeah, talk to you guys later.
It's not obvious, my friends, they all caught it, saying I end up falling for you. I'm doing my best to hide these feelings, confessing it's the last thing that I want to do. I know I can't be.
I have a little book update for Genuine Fraud. I am like 109-ish pages in, and I have so many thoughts that are not necessarily, clearly I can't speak very well right now. My thoughts are not very cohesive, nor are they positive, but they're also just like not negative. They're just what they are. So first of all, I don't really think I like this book, and I don't think it's a bad book. I think the concept and the way that it's being written is very cool, very unique, very innovative. It's basically being written backwards, and I don't think that's a concept I necessarily dislike. It's just I'm having a really hard time adapting to the writing, and then the fact that the story is being written in reverse and I don't really know anybody, nor do I actually care for any of the characters. I think that's something that is really difficult for me when I'm reading a book. If I don't actually have any emotional connection to the characters, if they don't resonate with me, if I don't, kind of adore them, then like I'm most likely not going to like the book very much. In this scenario, I don't really like the main character. I don't dislike her, I just don't feel anything in relation to her. She is who she is, and so are all the other characters around her. But I am gonna continue reading it because I want to finish this, like I wanna know what's going on.
Every night when the lights get bright, walk the streets in harmony. To know we'll grow, leaves are green everywhere we go.
Okay, I wanted to do like a proper reading update and like challenge update. I am currently very behind with my actual reading time, and I've only read 5 hours and 20 minutes on Sunday and 5 hours and 20 minutes on Monday, which means that I'm like 10 hours behind on my goal. So that's nice. I finished Genuine Fraud yesterday, and then I started Bright Burning Stars. So you have two best friends, Kate and Maureen, and they both go to a ballet academy, and they're trying to get into like the opera house, like ballet house, as like a professional ballerina, prima ballerinas. The space obviously is like really competitive, and like ballet is just like a very competitive sport. You can see that level of competition manifesting in Kate. Maureen is honestly like one of my favorite people in this story. She's just such a sweetheart. I feel like she just has such like a pure heart and such pure intentions, while her best friend Kate is literally a viper. This girl is ready to do anything to get to the top. If she had to burn her best friend alive, I am telling you, she would do it. Yeah, I just feel like she is kind of like the worst person you would ever want as a friend.
Of this puzzle, looked in your eyes, got in all kinds of trouble. 16 days and I'll be leaving, but in 7 or 8 I'll be screaming.
I definitely did not reach my goal of 73 hours this week. I failed at this challenge just entirely, and I can't say I'm like necessarily disappointed. It was 73 hours, like that is a lot to ask of somebody for an entire week. But I was interested to see how much I read just like in general. I've read around like 29 hours, which that's a decent amount of hours of reading. But yeah, that's my reading challenge, swapping screen time for reading time. If you look at my screen time, it doesn't even look like I was reading at all this week, because I film on my phone and edit and like do my timer, and my timer app was like 3 hours one day. Anyways, you guys should try this challenge and try swapping your screen time for reading time. It is definitely a piece of work, but it's fun and I enjoyed it.
16 days and I'll be leaving, but in 7 or 8